You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts.
All right, Black and White Sports supporters, let's talk about the Cleveland Browns, who are, in fact, playing right now. I suspect this video might not get many views until the game is over, but they are playing over in London right now against the Vikings, and the game is 7-7. A couple of things have emerged from right before the game and during the game. Number one, Dillon Gabriel, he's pretty accurate, all right? He's pretty accurate. Now, he just got a pass batted down, and that's sort of where you see his size deficiency. You see that come in. There was the running back was running out in the flat to the right, and the ball was batted down. But he did throw his first ever NFL touchdown pass. And so far, he's been pretty accurate. Quinshon Judkins, hell, you've got a running back. This guy's a real running back, and in fact, he just broke a long touchdown that was called back on a holding penalty. But he's got 7 carries for 48 yards after one quarter. Dillon Gabriel's not just killing it, passing 28 yards. I mean, 5 of 8. Pretty clear Stefanski's going real easy with him. All right? So, let's start with this. I'm just going to show this, about 6 seconds of it. Right here, let me turn this down. And that is the touchdown pass to Harold Fanning Jr. By the way, there is a world where this Browns draft class could end up changing this franchise. Let us just, so far, this has been a strong draft class. And Quinshon Judkins, not being in trouble, not losing his season to some BS off the field, at least we don't think. The NFL could still get involved, but I don't think they will unless something else surfaces. But so far, it looks like a really strong draft class. And this Browns team, they got some talent on it now. All right? They got some real talent. So, this was the main part of the video. What does the future hold for Shadur Sanders? Now, this is Ian Rappaport. Before the game, he put this out this morning. And he takes a little bit of a deep dive, but he's got an idea what's coming for Shedeur. By all accounts, Shadur Sanders has continued to improve behind the scenes. Has he, or is this Brown spin? I really wonder. After each practice, there's extra work for Sanders and some of the reserves, and, quote, his development happens every day, one source said. While he had a long way to go upon arriving as a 5th-round draft pick from Colorado, Sanders has worked and learned. I got to tell you, somebody brought up Pat Shurmur earlier in Colorado, and he was running a pro-style offense. Pat Shurmur came from the NFL. He was an offensive coordinator. He was a coach. They didn't run a lot of pro concepts at all at Colorado. Why? I don't know. You would have thought that would have been exactly why you brought him there. It's clear Gabriel was ahead of him in training camp, and that has continued. As to why Sanders is not the backup quarterback on Sunday, there is one specific reason. The Browns want Sanders to be successful when he's out there. When he plays, they want him to do so with a game plan that is made for him to thrive. As a backup, if he's forced into action, he'd be running a game plan built for Gabriel, rather than one built to his strengths. Is that fair to Sanders? The expectation is that Sanders will play at some point this season when he's ready. When he does play, it would be with a full week of practice and a game plan built for him. Sanders made news this past week when he silently pantomimed answers to questions regarding the Browns' QB situation. Sources say Sanders had a discussion with team officials that his approach to that media session was a message that got lost in translation. Yeah. So, I mean, that tells you right there. I mean, whatever message he was trying to send, I guess the organization let him know, look, that didn't work. That didn't work. And now you look worse than you did prior to doing it. And he does. He looks a lot worse. I said there's a world where maybe another team won't want to take a look at him if he was to get released, or, now look, there's one thing that can change all of this. If he goes on the field and actually plays good NFL competent quarterback, it all changes. Everything changes at that point. All right. Then if he was to get on the trade block, become available, whatever, then teams are going to look at him. All right. We all know play on the field trumps everything. I mean, if he goes out there and looks like a superstar quarterback, they ain't going to give a shit how many interviews he blows like that, as long as he's not causing criminal acts. Now, that doesn't mean a team or a coach ain't going to chew his ass out for doing it either. All right? Just keeping that in mind. But I suspect, I would guess at some point he'll mature, right? His biggest problem is Deion going along with it. Deion is not giving him any kind of real constructive, tough love. Like, I can tell you right now, if I'd have done that, if I would have done that, I could be 50 years old. My dad died 2 years ago. He was 91. But let's say I pulled this shit in some kind of professional setting at 45 years old. My dad would have ripped my ass in two at 87, 86 years old. He would have just crushed me over it, And I'm shocked that Deion is just going along with this. Deion was a cornerback. He's got to understand there's different rules for a quarterback. And Deion was an all-time talent. Shadur is not. He's not. So, man, I don't get it. I really don't get it. But Browns don't look terrible so far today. Let me just check the score before I sign out of here. It's still 7-7. Gabriel is 6 of 9, 1 touchdown, 39 yards. So he's not setting the world on fire passing the ball by any stretch of the imagination. But he's playing one of the tougher defenses, certainly one of the tougher coordinators in the NFL. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.